So, how's everybody doing this evening on this stream? We've got Kevin, we've got Ricky. Hi, Ricky. We've got Lawrence, I think, in there. Ricky, Lawrence. Yeah, good. 10 people in the house. We're going to get into it. The first things first, I'm gonna pour myself a drink. And this, my friends, is um, a martini like Negroni, which is actually a sin alcohol. I'm kind of boring alcohol, but it's a really, really good, sharp Negroni vibe, which is bang on, and will well make it into a long drink with a bit of tonic. So I'm going to go with that tonight. I think. Try and look sophisticated for you all. I'm gonna have to be a good actor to achieve that. I think. Cheers, salut. Anybody having a drink tonight? There's a comment if you are. Mm, it's pretty good. We've got Kyle in, Kyla and Dean. Hi. Sorry, Kyla, not Kyle. And we've got Carmen, Ricky, 19 people. That's great, guys. Welcome to the stream. This is a test in the moment. Kevin's already had a beer. That's cool. Lawrence, cup of tea, mate. School night. I hear you. Good fragrance recommendation for everybody tonight. For those of you who are remotely interested, this is Ingenious Ginger by Goldfield and Banks. It's not too expensive. It's a lovely, fresh ginger citrus. I've just put a bit on for this session tonight. And well, I had loads of questions over the last month or two, guys, on Spain and watches and all that kind of stuff. So please do type any questions you have for me with. But main thing really is just to chill out and have a bit of fun. Carmen, it looks like a beautiful night. It really is tonight. Yeah, it's thought I'd give you a bit of the vibe. It's really, really special and warm still as well, which is beautiful. So I thought I'd give you some reflections from London from the last couple of weeks, and then talk about recent updates, recent events, things going on in Spain, and so on and so forth, and just this thing goes, guys. Let's see where this thing goes. One thing I did want to talk about, lots of questions on what I do. So I'm happy to touch on a bit of that as well. We'll see. We'll see where we get to tonight. I don't know if you can hear there's a horse. Lawrence, I'm driving on Saturday. Nice, nice. Remind me where that is again, Lawrence. It's down Costa del Sol way, is it? Or Alicante? I forget now. Something like that. Um, I've got a bit of a hoarse voice today. This is really family life in Spain. Get a bit closer to the camera. Estepona, yeah, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful spot. We looked down there actually. I love it down there. I love yeah, San Pedro and Estepona. I prefer both of those to like the Marbella Golden Mile area. I think it's a little bit more chilled out, isn't it? Um, yeah, family life in Spain. This morning, my children are going to sports camps. My son is at a martial arts camp, and my daughter is at a gymnastics camp. And this morning, they just weren't budging. They were just not getting ready at all. And my wife was losing a rag with them, losing a temper. And I ended up really shouting, get out, get your shoes on, um, etc. And my voice has just like struggled for the rest of the day. So life in Spain is the same as life everywhere when you got two 6-year-olds that won't do as they're told. Never changes some things, does it? Hi, Chris. You logged on. Good to see you, buddy. Chris here from Eastbourne. Yeah, it's lovely here. Thank you. Yeah, agreed, Lawrence. Absolutely less ostentatious down in Estepona. That used to be our spot, more San Pedro. And then we looked at some properties in that area as well in Estepona and uh and San Pedro. It's beautiful. I love it. You're in a good place there, for sure. So please do throw any questions in. Happy to get into anything. I can already see one from Kyla. What's your favorite Tom Ford fragrance? Well, Tom Ford, do you know, always sort of use the analogy of like a Tom Ford is like the gateway drug into sort of more like niche perfumery, if you like. So you've got your sort of Christian Dior's and Chanel and so on and so forth, all the usual suspects, and they're great. And then you have like Tom Ford, and when Tom Ford, it kind of like opens up the door sometimes into what's beyond. It's almost like the watch analogy is you get a Rolex watch and you snaps and you think Rolex, that's it, that's the game. You have the Rolex, it opens up a door of independent watchmaking and brands like Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet and so on and so forth. And and then it's a dangerous slippery slope. Um, but Tom Ford, and the first ever Tom Ford I had was it's recently been re-released. It's called Oud Mineral. They continued it from the private blend, and they've re-brought it back into their sort of non-private blend, main blend, if you like. And it's a beautiful, salty, minerally fragrance. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I think I still love Neroli Portofino. I think that's beautiful. I'm looking at my shelf over here in the house, just in front of me and behind you guys, and I've got Tuscan leather is definitely one of my very, very favorites. It's definitely not for everybody, that one though. But yeah, they do spangers, Tom Ford. They really do. Costa Azzurra. Oh, I have that, and that's just a really classy, fresh, daily, warm friendly, boardwalk friendly, really good all round fragrance. That recommend for sure. Let's have a look at these comments. Favorite new fragrance? Oh yeah, you bought the Gritty. Well done. You've gone big there. I love that, Kevin. I think I said to you in the comments, I was in Milan earlier this year at Essence. It shows how much of a geek I am for this stuff. I went to like this fragrance expo called Essence in Milan, and I actually met Luca Gritti, the founder of that brand, and he showed me a couple of the fragrances they're going to be releasing later this year. One I believe is out now, and it's called Pomelo Absoluto or Assoluto, which is a grapefruit extract or extrait. They have Pomelo Rento, which is the sort of EDP version. That is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And the very favorite that I had from Gritty that's not released yet is called Muscaria, which is actually his own sort of personal fragrance. So look out for that one. Hey, Mercedes, good to see you. So, guys, Mercedes is a definite fragrance nerd like myself. Lives in Madrid and met Mercedes in Milan. And when I mentioned to you guys, I think I bought some stuff in America, and a friend got them for me. It was Mercedes that did that. So, hello, Mercedes. The happy. What fragrance are you wearing this evening, Mercedes? I am wearing Ingenious Ginger. tonight. So yeah, hi all. Um, so first and foremost, guys, really appreciate you guys subscribing and being a part of this. And I didn't have any real expectations with this channel at all. I started it as a passion project earlier on this year when we moved to Spain, and it was kind of like, yeah, let's start to share this passion and sharing my passions. You know, the watches. I got the Cartier on tonight, by the way, two tone Santos, and I'll show that more. I haven't done a review of this one yet, but I will do, guys. The old 1980s Cartier Santos, and no real agenda with this at all, other than let's just have some fun and share. And I've really enjoyed it. I'm now 6 months in. Enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. There's definitely some idiots in the comments sometimes. Not you guys, of course. You are the esteemed um, high-end patrons, let's call you. But that's fine. You know, that's part of this process, isn't it? And and now it's sort of where do we go with it? So I'm really open to feedback, and I'm enjoying that it's sort of condensed into three years of like the Spain lifestyle, the watches, the fragrances, and then some sort of personal development stuff linked in there. Um, but definitely give me your feedback, guys, because at the end of the day, I'm creating content that people want to watch, or that's my goal. So yeah, on that. And Mercedes, you're wearing Taito Tiari from Blanchard. It's super hot here. Yeah, so that answer there, guys, tells you that Mercedes is a complete and utter fragrance nerd. And I say it with lots of love because I don't even know what that one is. And I'm sure probably most people don't, but you do when you're into it, and that's great. We're all on that journey. So good for you guys. So one of the themes that I was going to cover today, in fact, let me check my notes here. I wrote some notes down of what I'm going to talk about tonight. Um, yeah, general introductions, what I do in Spain, in the moment. So yeah, so I call this session, this live session, in the moment, because I kind of feel like that's what it is. It's getting together on a Thursday night just to hang out a little bit and talk about things that everybody are feeling, what's good, what's bad, what's indifferent, have some fun, share some topics. So, you know, and also it's a nod to, I think, what certainly what I was trying to achieve when I moved out here to Spain was to have more of these moments in time instead of just driving forward, building businesses and so on and so forth. Actually, take a little bit of time to appreciate the moments and so on and so forth. So that is all with the channel and these live sessions. Maybe we'll turn it into more of a regular thing if people enjoy it. P, good to see you. Looking very relaxed. Well, thank you. And speaking, I don't think I speak very well. I just to address that point, you know, I'm a Yorkshireman, Leeds, and I always think that I speak like sometimes when I hear Londoners talk, um, they sound so polished, and I listen to myself sometimes. I'm like, I sound like not that, not that. Um, but I appreciate the feedback, P, for sure. Wishing you all the best with the venture. You're doing great. Always look forward to your post. Thank you, my friend. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. And yeah, so we are July now. So we've been officially living in Spain for 22 months, something like that. We moved at the tail end of 2023. And so this is actually only our second s- summer here. Um, this one feels hotter than last year. I don't know if you guys who are also in Spain are feeling that. This does feel hotter than last year, and I touched on it in my video yesterday on the riots and the floods and life in Spain. Your afternoons are kind of out now for anything outdoors. Like, it's mornings, it's coffees in the walks, it's exercise if you wanna do that, and it's evenings. But by evenings now, I mean, even tonight, we're putting the kids to bed, and we went out into the garden for a little bit after they'd had tea and before bed. This was after 8 o'clock, and as soon as you go outside, it's boom, there's the heat after 8 o'clock at night. Which for me, I love it. That's kind of what we signed up for, but it's not for everyone, shall we say. But what you get outside of, say, June, July, August, you just get that residual heat. So you get September, October are really, really nice. You get March, April, May tend to be pretty solid as well. So I, you cannot complain, can you? You really can't complain. Let's have a look at Kevin's comment here. We were in Sevilla earlier this year and we're told that you just don't go out in the afternoons. Yeah, I concur. A funny story, actually. I don't think my wife will mind me telling you this. It's one of my favorite cities in Spain, Sevilla. It is beautiful. So for anybody that's not visited it, it is a really special city. Smaller than your Madrid, your Barcelonas, that kind of thing. And it's inland and it has some beautiful scenery. This is my wife, by the way, guys, that's commented, Chaplin, family life in Spain. So give her a comment. And I think she's challenging me that she says, I won't mind you telling this story. So, yeah, Sevilla. And we'd been once or twice before, and we went in this particular time. And the two of us, before we had children, um, and we were exploring the streets of Sevilla. And they have like the digital displays telling you the temperature around the city. And I don't think it was a July, August month. I think it was maybe a May, maybe a June month. But they were saying like 42, 43, and it was really, really warm. But I was in that kind of I'm going to explore this city. I really want to see the streets, the twists, the turns. So I kind of kept walking, and then I'd sort of say something like, "What do you think? Oh, that's a lovely building. What do you think?" And turn my head, and I'm like, "Oh, where's my wife? Where is she?" And I'd look behind, and she's like 40 meters behind me, sort of ambling down the streets. It's quite amusing. And you were there in March, so that's going to be a nice time to visit Seville. Did you enjoy it? Did you have fun? Did you go down like the main sort of tapas streets as well there? Lovely, lovely spot, isn't it? November, yeah. November is one of your favorite months. Daytime shorts, t-shirts. And then yeah, add a jumper. Yeah, totally agree with you. I think where you are, Lawrence, is just topping up the drink here, is generally going to be 2 or 3 degrees warmer than where we are as well. We're 4 hours north of you, so because it can get a little bit chilly in the winter for us here, but we'd probably save a few degrees on your top end heat. Because I mean, yeah, Estepona and Marbella in August is pretty brutal, isn't it? Carly, my wife, is saying, if you made me climb a hill in 40-degree heat, yeah, you can take the trainer coach out of someone, but it's always gonna be there. You were there in July, August, 1 year, Mercedes, and was training for a marathon, yeah. That's I pity you. I pity you. So so yeah, it's been a good old, Good old stint for us. I don't know why I made Carly climb a hill. I think I have this tendency to turn everything into a training session if I'm not careful. For those of you don't know, that's my background from the UK is fitness, really. I started life as a martial artist in my teens and wanted to become a full-time martial artist. And then in my early 20s moved into like strength and conditioning for athletes. So trained a lot of different sports teams, lots of athletes, lots of UFC fighters, boxers, that kind of thing. So I love boxing, mixed martial arts. It's a borderline obsession for me. Really excited about the Dubois Usyk fight this weekend, and and that's I've still got that. I'm certainly not an athlete, guys, by any stretch of the imagination. I kind of amble along the boardwalk, doing my runs and things, but I'm better at blowing the whistle and telling other people what to do, I think, than doing it myself. Um, Also being Calpe later this year. Where is that? Don't actually know that place. For a photo shoot. Are you a model, Kevin? Is that what you're trying to tell us here? Are you serious stuff? I like it, mate. Joe, Brendan, greetings from Manchester. Good to see you. Used to live in Manchester, great place. Enjoying the content over the last few months to celebrate a recent work promotion. Which watch would you recommend under 10K? Sub GMT Daytona covered. Cheers. So by covered, do you mean you have those pieces already? Um, and not they'll be tough to get under 10K, I would say. Ricky, absolutely cannot wait for the boxing. Good man. What's your prediction though? Where do you see this one going down? And I'll share mine shortly. Mm. So you've got those, Joe. Okay. Under 10K. So again, if you want to stay with Rolex, and there's nothing wrong with that, I'm a big Rolex fanboy. I would consider you say you've got a sub and or a GMT, but I would think about maybe a birth year as well. Consider a birth year Submariner or a GMT. Like what's your birth year out of interest? Because that'll give an idea about price. Um, the other timeless Rolex is something like an Explorer. Like you can play the suave executive gentleman with an Explorer on for sure. Oh, you love the UFC too, Mercedes. Love that. Yeah, I've had a great fortune to be involved in that sport from a very early age of the sport, and some of the people that I trained with, people like Carl Tanswell in Manchester, John Kavanagh, who's Conor McGregor's coach, really are like the architects of the sport in the UK and in Europe. It's a blessing, and I've actually cornered a few different UFC fighters over the years and prepared quite a few. So really good times. Very, very grateful for those times. You love the boxing also, Lawrence. Yeah. Go on then. Predictions. Let's get this out there on this live stream here, guys. Yes, I am live. Miss Carla, you look more relaxed in Spain than London. Yeah, I think I am. I think I am. Spain is home. London was a great trip. I don't know if you guys saw like the video where I shared. I took my dad, my father to Claridge's for his 80th. That was really special business. I sure you know, like, and you're the same. When you go to London, you're just racing around. You're not relaxed. Even if you try and relax, you're going from here to here to here to here. You're dashing around, and I think I was like kind of knackered after that. Like I said on another video, I had to come back and just chill because London, even though it was technically a holiday, a business holiday, whatever, it's not a holiday. London, it's ridiculously busy all the time, stressful. So yeah, nice to get back. Nice to get back to a little Campari, sin alcohol Campari on a Thursday night. No cigar tonight, Callum. And it's interesting you say that. I've got my ashtray here, the old Havana Club. Um, but I have a sort of cigar embargo from Monday to Thursday. So I allow myself like a Friday afternoon and then maybe one or two over the weekend. And that's my vibe over in the cigar world at the moment. So I will definitely be having one this weekend. I look forward to it as well because it's a bit of me time, let's call it that, bit of contemplation time. What about you, mate? Are you into your cigars too? We've got much of a cigar following here. I'm just going back through some of these comments. Ricky's calling it for Usyk all the way, probably a late stoppage. Any other conflicting opinions to that one, folks? We're just going again through. Calpe is about an hour from Alicante. Ah, lovely, lovely. A lot of cycling teams use it as a base. Nice. Oh, you went to Flatiron? Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice, nice. What did you think? Yeah. You thought of me? Yeah, yeah, lovely. I like Flatiron. It's a good steakhouse. Good, cheapy budget, but punches above its weight, I think. I have not tried a pipe, Callum, no. But you're vaping now. I've never done that. I've never done a vape. I think I think the thing with cigars for me is it's that relaxation. It's that kind of for this 60, 90 minutes, I'm just gonna enjoy this. And I have to be really careful because like my kids will interrupt and so on. So I have to like deliberately remove myself from the environment and say, I'm gonna just go and enjoy this. Right there, that's rogue, mate. I love that. An old mentor of mine, a guy called Kelvin Giles, who's in his late 70s, maybe early 80s now. He used to smoke a pipe at a time and he did it with style. Maybe he moved to that for 20 years or something. Music all day long, Lawrence is saying. It's too good. Ah, thanks, Carla. I'm glad you think I look relaxed. It's been a long day. I've lost my voice and everything. You might have missed that, but I'm here with a little bit of a voice left. So Joe's saying I'm looking for a birth year date just yet. Lovely. As a dressier option, Explorer also already in the collection. Nice, you got a good collection. Good for you. It looks solid. Yeah, I think the birth year play is good. And those watches, depending on your birth year, can be attained for, especially a date just as well, quite a bit under that 10K mark. So have a play with that. And um, again, the other one to look at would be like a really cool, maybe like a two-tone date just, or I mean under 10K, you're probably struggling under 10K, but I bought an older sort of neo vintage AP Royal Oak, and it was a shade over that in fairness, but it's a stunning watch. It's slimmer. I'll show you guys it on another video soon. It's slimmer than the the Jumbo, the 15202 or the 16202 reference, but so it's slimmer. They're just beautiful, and it's just that bit older, shade smaller. Really, really nice piece. So that's again, you could venture down the vintage route because it sounds like you got a pretty solid collection as it is now. Campari, yeah, it's Italian. This is not official Campari. This is Martini Torino Sin Alcohol Aperitivo. It's basically a non-alcoholic Negroni Campari. Like, quite good. Quite good for a Thursday night. Have you found a good Rolex AD in Spain? No, in short, haven't bought any, mm, not any. I bought this in Spain, this Cartier from a grey market vintage dealer that I met at an event here, and I bought another Cartier, again, an old vintage one. But no, work in progress. Work in progress. Yeah, I will, mate. Callum, I'll give you a shout. I get down to Devon. Which part of Devon are you in? Like a cigar when it's cold. Get the old Berghaus on. Hey, Fred's in the house. Megazoid. Good to see you, mate. And guys, give Fred some well wishes. He's in the States. He's in Virginia, laid up with some herniated discs. So let's wish him well, guys, on the journey, because nobody likes that, do they? And this is another real fragrance nerd. I'm just outing you, mate, for everyone. Um, loves his Zerjovs. Loves you. What you love your watches as well. You should have started a channel like this yourself, mate. This guy's got an awesome watch collection. Give us a comment, Fred, with one or two of your recent purchases, maybe fragrances and or watches. Share what you're into. Very much into like the micro brands as well. South Devon, English Riviera, yeah. Love that. My mum and dad were down there actually quite recently, I think, on a holiday. They had a good time. They were in Sidmouth, is that Devon? Somewhere around there. Yeah, let's talk boxing. So I don't see how you can look past Usyk for this fight. He is a machine. I would love to be contrarian and believe that Dubois is going to win, but I just don't. I just don't see it. I think he's an animal, Dubois, and and he is a better version of himself. But Usyk is just a machine, isn't he? His preparation's amazing. His mindset's amazing. He's already got the job done over Dubois once, which gives you a big psychological edge. And the other guy, even though Dubois' belief is strong, there is something there that's you've been beaten fundamentally. But I do think that Moses Italma coming through could get the job done on a slightly older version of Usyk, like maybe an Usyk at 41 and Italma at 24, 25. That's the changing of the guard. You're wearing your Veride. Oh, Veride, is that Autoforisi or Nasomato? I can't remember. The same company, isn't it? It's like the Fougere, freshy Fougere one. The good one, buddy. Got you. You go and enjoy your restaurant, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Zero West are solid. They make a really good watch. I don't own one. I do know the brand though, yeah. I do know the brand. I've had them on the wrist. I think they were at the London Watch Show, maybe the Watch Pro live event at the Londoner Hotel. I think that's where I saw them. So yeah, they do some good stuff. Not cheap. They're not like a micro brand cheap price, are they? They're like still a few grand, but I think they're worth it from everybody I've been in contact with before that's had one. Everybody raves about them. They've got their fanboys. Manny fights as well at 48 and not boxed for years. Is he fighting on that card then? Is he on the same card, Pacquiao? That is extreme, isn't it? Coming back at 48. Am I right in he's got some kind of world title shot as well? Seems like he's been looked after a bit there, doesn't it? He's asked. Just wondering how you decided where to live when moving to Spain, and what advice you would give to somebody who wants to live the year there, and how to go about choosing the area. Well, there's other people actually. I think Lawrence in the comments here does part of the year in Spain and part of the year in the UK. I assume you're in the UK, your other part. So throw some ideas around for sure, guys. But in terms of our play, we knew Spain. We spent a lot of time here over the years, um, all over. So mostly the Costa del Sol, but we'd done Barcelona, done Madrid, we'd done Bilbao and the northern coast, Granada. Hadn't done a lot in Alicante and Valencia. No real reason, just hadn't. And a couple of things for us were we wanted to be close to a major city, but not in a major city. Um, we we I think we'd probably thought we were going to live on the south coast. We did a lot of house hunting from Malaga to Estepona, across that stretch of Costa del Sol, and it's beautiful. And then, strangely, a friend of mine who used to live and work in Spain, but has lived back in the UK for 10 years, was like, "I really think you need to check out Barcelona more." And until that point, we hadn't. Um, Properly, other than just visiting as tourists the city. But I began to do a recce and spent some time, and I sort of did like the scouting trips. I got all the hard jobs. I had to fly out on my own and enjoy Spain by myself while the wife and kids were at home. It's tough being me. But yeah, I did all the scouting, and had some recommended places in and around the area, sort of North Barcelona, South Barcelona. And as soon as I started to look, I kind of felt, yeah, this has got it. Like, I like the city of Barcelona. I don't want to be in that city, but the beaches are really nice. We're really close to the airport here as well. So it was kind of like, boom, done. This is it. And I think sometimes you know, don't you? Um, in terms of splitting the time, and so to be clear, my advice to you would be 100% put the time in to find the places that you enjoy. And if you do that, it really does give you that feeling of, can I live here? That's the question. Could we live in this place? Not just holiday here. Could we live here? So definitely spend the time to do that, would be my advice, unless you already have a really clear vision. And then in terms of like splitting the year, the challenge for us is the kids, because we that's just not going to work right now for them. They're only 6. And so, we just had to play. We need a base, we need a schooling system and so on and so forth right now for them. I wouldn't necessarily rule it out in the future, but yeah, one step at a time. I think getting one bit right first, leaving the UK was the challenge for us. Um, I assume you're not in that position in terms of having kids, and in which case I think it is simpler. And obviously you've got taxes to consider as well, where you're going to be a tax resident and where's most favorable for you off the back of that. Good in-depth subject that, can talk more about that, and we can do. And I'm definite it'll come up again. Lots of people ask that question for sure. Carla is recommending the Valencian region. Anywhere in particular that you think people should check out, Carla, on that one? Lawrence, they were, yes, they were the the shows, yeah. London What Show? Oh, really? You got 3 pieces. Nice, nice. Yeah, good. Yeah, you got a solid collection as well. So you've got a number of Rolex, obviously the Zero West. Anything else of note there? Have you got any you gone down the AP Patek route? Have you gone a different pathway there at all? Oh, okay. That's we're talking about Manny Pacquiao card here, aren't we? Yeah. So he's on a different card. Alicante, Valencia. I went to Alicante last year. A friend of mine lives there, so we were doing some like business stuff. Went down, spent a couple of days on that project that I was working on, and we went as a family to Valencia, but we didn't really give it enough time. We were sort of flying through Valencia, like actually not flying. We were in the car driving through. Stayed in a hotel. We had a night there. We did a bit, but we didn't. We I don't know it well enough. I need to do a bit more down there. I've never had a bad report. Obviously, they had the terrible floods, didn't they? But I've never had a bad report from people that spend more time there. You're coming over to Spain in September. Nice. Catalonia. Yeah, good, good. Give us a shout when if you do end up here, for sure. That's right. Yeah, of course. You got the data graph. Yeah, we've had that conversation. That I am jealous. I am jealous. The data graph is definitely one of my favorite all-time watches. A Langer and Zone, beautiful movement, the craftsmanship second to none, and you got a good deal on it. Yeah, that's good for you, mate. You'll have to show me that one day. Yeah, Madrid for perfume, Mercedes has said. You're a Madrid resident, aren't you, Madrid? Mercedes, albeit suffering in the heat right now. Madrid, like, has. I remember having the taxi driver when I was leaving Madrid. He's taking me to the airport, and he educated me. He said Madrid has 2 seasons in the year, and the way we tell the difference between the seasons is this: the first one is you go to bed in your clothes because it's so cold, and you wake up in the middle of the night sweating and drenched with sweat. That's the start of summer. And then the second one is you go to bed in your summer clothes, or maybe even nothing, and you wake up in the middle of the night freezing, and that's the start of winter. And that's the 2 seasons in Madrid. Um, I don't necessarily know if it's that defined, but for sure, whenever I've been to Madrid, it's either cold or unbearably hot. Love the city, one of my favorite cities in the world, but the seasons definitely get you. Nice, guys. Well, I've enjoyed talking. Any final questions? Any thoughts, guys? I didn't even get on to what I do out here, and maybe we'll save that for another episode or another video. I think most of you probably know my background is coaching, martial arts, then fitness, then into business and sort of performance coaching for teams and athletes and executives. And I do that. And I do enjoy sort of studying economics and investing and so on and so forth. Probably do more of that now than ever before. And but still work with lots of different athletes, lots of different teams and individuals and leadership stuff, and also help other people to grow sort of service-based online companies as well. So I really enjoy that. But yeah, more to come. More to come. Madrid is not a good place. Too cold or too hot. True, but fantastic city. I agree. I completely concur. Good fragrance shops, amazing food, and just really good vibes. Really good vibes. This is a good icebreaker. Thanks, Ricky. Be good to do more live videos and talk about other topics. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe put it in there on a regular basis and then just hang out a little bit. Love Barça. Good for you. Used to visit frequently, tend to head to Mallorca now with the kids. Any hidden gems in Spain for young kids? Spain is just really child friendly, I think, Joe. Mallorca's beautiful. We used to go there quite a bit too. I think we'll get there again this year. I don't think you can go wrong. I think what I would say on that, and anybody else who has experience in this, feel free to chip in. I think what I would say, my the hidden gems are go to some of the smaller cities and bigger towns, let's say. So as good as Barcelona and Madrid is, for example, go to some of the other towns like Girona, um, and Granada is a lovely place. And the reason I say that is because Peniscola is really nice. Castellon, north of Valencia, is lovely. Is that they have a more chilled out vibe, and you can sort of consume them. So younger kids, like we don't often go into Barcelona with the kids because it's a bit big for them. It's a bit hard work. They just get basically pissed off. So the smaller towns, you can walk them. There's tons and tons of playgrounds, and you do get, I think, maybe more of a real feel going to some of them. So that would be my recommendation for you. Gut feel. James or Hannes? James? Is it James? I'm learning that you pronounce double. You don't pronounce the JD. It's ham. Come on, James. Mm. When you wake up in the morning, you feel happy. Not every day, because I don't sleep that well sometimes. And when my son comes in and wakes me up, I do not feel happy. But a net happier, I think, is how I would phrase that. Javier, good to see you guys. What's the best martial art to defend yourself in the street? I think mixed martial arts. I think mixed martial arts, to be honest with you, or boxing. You know, mixed martial arts is an all-round martial art. Can teach you everything. There's no tricks. The best, to be honest with you, this is going to come across like I'm really avoiding the question. But if the best way to avoid a street fight is to work on your 100-meter sprint time and turn around and sprint as fast as you can, and then you're out the fight. But other than that, I would say MMA for sure. It gives you everything. And if not, boxing. I definitely wouldn't want to take on a decent boxer at all. They're just going to get the job done, aren't they? Hope that helps. I still love my martial arts. I don't do as much of it. I popped into a local jiu-jitsu club the other day, and I might start rolling around with those guys a little bit. But I'm enjoying more just my running, and there's like gyms on the beach here every maybe every kilometer, something like that. They're just like a calisthenics rack, pull ups, press ups, dips, that sort of thing. Right now, like that's kind of keeping me going, and gets you outside, gets you touching sand, touching grass. Guys, I think that's good for tonight. Appreciate your time, everyone. Definitely, mate. But my wife doesn't run 10 meters without losing breath. There you go, then. So buy a treadmill or get out and bust some moves on the pavement. That's the game. That's the game. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Anyway, really appreciate it. We had 20 odd, 23, 25 people ish over the evening. So that's really great. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give this a share for people who might have missed it as well. And loads more content coming up. Loads more on those pillars of Spain and the watches and the fragrances and the growth, personal development, that kind of thing. And yeah, like Ricky says, great to meet everybody. Trying to build a community here, so keep chatting away, and who knows where we can take this thing. Good to see everybody. Thanks, Lawrence. Yeah, maybe we need to maybe do a bit more boxing and MMA stuff now, eh? Shared passions as well. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Joe. Good to see everybody. Javier, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Get more people in winter. Yeah. See you, Carla. Good to see you again. I've nearly finished my no grony. There you go, no grony. The non-alcohol element of it. And I will do another session on languages as well. I am learning. I've got a lesson tomorrow. I've had 4 lessons this week. It is absolutely a commitment I've made, but right now I'm pretty crap. So I'm going to share and be accountable to you guys. Thank you, P. Thanks, guys. All right. Lots of love. I'll let you go. Have a great evening.